I wanted the movie to be about the big titty magic woman. Like, that's what was the best part of the movie to me.
Yeah.
Bro, we were watching it, and my girl made the funniest point. We were watching it, and at the end, like when he dies, and she's there, my girl was like, damn, so she got to breastfeed even in heaven?
That was crazy.
What a woman's birth. She didn't get nothing out of that man.
I'm not lying to you when I say that felt nuts to me.
That sucks.
I was like, why would they do that? The baby ain't grown, not none.
Bro, she gotta work in heaven. So all that woman did that whole movie was work.
So we just continue capitalism and patriarchy all the way through eternity?
Bro, the women did not have it good in that movie.
No, that sucked.
And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, that man came back, and she was like, I've been praying for you even though you left me. Mm-hmm. He hit it. And then was like, come work for me some more. Yeah. And then she died.
Come on, cook some grits.
Yeah, come on. I'm having a party. I need you to cook. It's about to start in 5 hours.
I don't let nobody else cook for me but my lady, who I wasn't thinking about for a while.
The government growing babies. Microchips in your anus. All koala bears are racist. Ozone layer owes me money. Martians invented turkey stuffing. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
Love that chicken from Popeyes. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another phenomenal episode of My Momma Told Me.
The podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of Black conspiracy theory.
And we work every day to prove that we're wasting your goddamn time.
Come on. But you know what? You got an hour and a half till lunch. It's slow on the phones. Come hang out with your friends.
Your girl ain't texting you? Come on, chill with us.
Come on, it's Wednesday. It's hump day.
It's hump day. You ain't got to see your kids for another 4 hours. You go ahead. You play with us.
Yeah. I like that.
It's nice.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I hope they feel good about it.
We're back. I'm David.
Yeah, we're gonna do another motherfucking regular episode.
L&D. I know we've had a lot of star-studded guests. People keep calling. They keep saying, David, Langston, David. Mm-hmm. Let us breathe. Hammer don't hurt them. So many amazing guests.
King after queen after they them.
They them. No, it's nice to do one just us.
Yeah,
we have had some killer guests. We've been going crazy.
No, we've had some dope people, great conversations.
Yeah, quite frankly, we're only getting better and better, and we'd like you to pay us for it.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah.
Send me money.
You getting no fight out of me, frankly.
No. We got a lot of voicemails.
We got a lot of voicemails, and we said that we were going to dedicate this episode to answering some voicemails. And so I'm just going to jump around. As you may or may not know, we don't listen to any of these ahead of time. We are discovering them together, and we'll find out if any of that makes sense or is worth doing at all. You guys might just be sending us sadistic shit over and over again, and we don't even realize it.
You might still be getting drunk on calls. I know that's definitely been a through line.
You're not calling us sober, and we hope some of you are, but if you are still drunk, we will still talk to you.
Yeah.
That's the kind of desperate we are.
Yeah, we just talk to drunk strangers.
Because we be sitting here making fun of y'all, but we be like, damn, I'm glad he called us.
Yeah, no, it's really nice to think about us.
We're not better than you.
No.
You keep calling.
We're not better than you, and we will not tell you how to live.
Nope.
That's 2 promises you get out of us.
Ain't nobody telling you to sober up.
Nope.
We are uncomfortable at times when you are calling the way you're calling, but that's for us to work through.
Come on, man. I don't want to tell you to cold plunge. I don't want to tell you to eat tallow.
All right, we have let's do a voicemail.
Hey guys, I am a new little mama. I've been watching the show for a little bit, and I just saw a new episode, and I didn't know we could leave voicemails because I'm like a clip girly. So I just had a quick question.
Okay, well, then that's a goddamn shame. 844 Little Moms. If you're out there and you didn't know you could leave voicemails, I don't know how you're listening to this episode. hearing a voicemail and somehow still not knowing you could leave voicemails, baby girl, you got other problems. That said, 844 Lil Moms, give us a call. We would love to hear from you.
All the clip girlies, all the clip boys.
Boys. You gotta hit that Ice Cube.
Yeah.
All right.
Question for you guys, because when I heard this concept, it truly blew my mind. So we always talk about aliens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one day someone told me, they were like, what if Jesus was an alien?
Okay.
And it made sense because the conversation y'all are having now with Patrick Cloud, where it's like everything wasn't so, like in the back in the day where it was all based on like stories and hieroglyphs, everything may have seemed like it wasn't literal, but it could have been literal.
Right.
So I was thinking, like, if Jesus came from a different planet, or like if they were alien and they came to Earth and started walking on water and doing all this stuff, like turning, grape juice into wine, that would seem like some aliens.
It was water.
Yeah, grape juice and wine, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, if you spend enough time with grape juice, it'll become wine.
That sounds like some twisted old man wisdom.
Did you see how I winked at the camera when I said it?
You gotta dance with the grape till it's wine.
You gotta dance with the grape you came with.
Grape the wine that you love.
Get your goddamn grapes off of me. I came here with her.
I'm an apple man.
Anyway, Jesus is an alien. I'm listening.
Like some new magic, alien, Holy Spirit, oh my God, this is a miracle kind of stuff, to some rock-throwing cavemen.
Mm.
I don't know if that made sense, but that's my question. Do you guys think, or what is your guys' opinion on the possibility that Jesus was real and the Bible is real, but he was an alien from a different planet that was like not even the best alien from his planet, so he came to Earth to like impress us Neanderthals?
Wow.
Oh, that took a spin at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Where because she's saying he's like, Jesus was super dumb.
No. Other way.
No. I understand, but she's saying he was not exemplary where he came from, and he came down here to
just a regular dude.
Which I get that.
Yeah,
I get that. You go to school in the big city, maybe you move to a school in a small town. Now all of a sudden you're starting on their football team, whereas you wouldn't have done that over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I heard this, I thought less of Jesus being an alien and more just being a really like smart dude during a time when everybody else was maybe a dum-dum.
I think I don't know if I believe in the alien thing. I think that happens a lot. 100%. I think there's a lot of times you'll just hear about people who were super forward thinking and nobody got it because it was just not because this world isn't accommodating to like people who are that smart, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Bad.
I mean, I think literally Tesla is named after a type of man who was that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the Nikola Tesla dude was like that level of forward thinking, and then so much so also not able to capitalize the same way that like, you know what I mean, the other people around him ultimately did.
No, you got to be middle smart to get far.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm blessed, is I'm not that smart, but I'm not that dumb.
Yeah.
You can't, the smartest people have a really tough time.
Yeah. And it's part of the reason Elon is flexing the way that he is and able to sort of like convince everybody that he's this brilliant mind, where it's like, all right, take your time. Look, man, mistakes happen. What I'm not going to do is keep talking through it.
No, thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and let you work that out.
Just let me get myself together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna feel that, and that's yours to feel on your own.
No, this is it's lasting so long.
Yep.
I think that
you're taking a while. You had a little cough you couldn't quite get out.
It was a burp. I've been drinking all the sparkling water. Yeah. I don't even be drinking sparkling water like that. I drink still.
I drink the coconut guy.
I mean, we come here though, and it's like I still feel like sparkling water is like, it's like getting a free energy drink where you're like, I have to just
I gotta juice up.
monetary.
Yeah.
Just like for money wise. They're giving me money.
I should put these in my pockets.
I'm gonna take some home. I'm gonna take some home after this, that's for sure.
You think I wear cargos on accident? No. I gotta fill these up with coconut.
You know what's crazy, and we'll get back to Jesus.
Yeah.
Cargo pockets are for show because you always feel like an asshole when you got shit in the pockets.
It's
You ever
really,
noticed that?
it's really hard to move the way you want to.
It's like not.
It jingles more than they would if they were close to your meat.
It looks so apparent. Like it's really for fashion only.
Truly.
Yeah.
Fashion and like an actual, because even like workmen use like workman jeans.
Yeah. Carpenter jeans.
This feels like maybe hikers, foragers and shit. Maybe they
got backpacks.
Yeah, but it's probably easier because your backpack also has like your medical kit and your
What are you trying to get to in your pockets though?
berries. You just put some nuts and some berries in there, and now all of a sudden you got a little pocket full of nuts.
I haven't really
and berries.
transported a lot of berries. I don't know.
I haven't either. I'm just presuming.
I feel like this riff died and it was my fault.
No, I'm not going to take responsibility for it, but I never was going to.
Anyways, was Jesus an alien? Possibly.
I think so. I think, to me, it feels very likely that this was just a dude, like you said, who moved to a small town and figured out he could flex.
Yeah.
That feels more realistic to me than an alien, and the fact that we haven't gotten another version of it since.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody's claiming that there was like another alien who came down and did something similar.
Right.
And that means either he was a much more exalted alien than we realize, or they sent one guy, which seems crazy.
That's what never makes sense about it to me. But the one guy theory to me does make sense for her reject idea, that it was like a loser who like kind of escaped.
Mm-hmm.
That does seem like, it seems like if it was one guy from an alien, it would be that situation where it was not. Because why would you send your best out alone?
No, that would be
your best
crazy.
is always to help the people, right?
And maybe to that point, the fact that he died, they just presumed he died out, and like they never knew what happened to Jesus.
This is what really blasphemous.
Yeah.
What I'm about to say. What if it was like when we sent monkeys to space?
Like when the Russians sent that dog, and
like they were like, this isn't even.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is like a whole other thing. We just needed to see if it was safe to even go over there.
If
you killed him, we're cool.
If it doesn't explode, then awesome. That's cool. We actually thought it would just blow up.
Yeah.
We had no faith in this rocket ship whatsoever.
And then you made him a god? Oh, y'all not ready.
Damn. Damn. Fuck. Fuck. We legit took their space dog, and we were like, God, he different.
Yeah,
Woo, boy, we should all be like him.
Still, we didn't forget about it.
Y'all remember when the space dog was here?
Yeah.
That motherfucker was cool, man.
Man, the more I'm laughing, though, I think this might just be that's the plot to Planet of the Apes.
That really is. Yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah.
That shit happens to me sometimes. I think I have a good idea, and it's just...
I don't think it's the plot to Planet of the Apes. Plot to Planet of the Apes is that apes take over, and then we basically, through a wormhole, find ourselves on a planet where, on the same planet where apes have now evolved to be the dominant species.
Okay, so I'm back on board. I told you, middle smart. This episode's going to be our biggest one ever.
It feels like the plot to Planet of the Apes because the original Mark Wahlberg one is, well, the original, I guess, Charlton Heston, is him landing onto the planet for the first time, and you think it's not Earth.
Right.
But it is Earth
because
eventually.
he finds the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, you damn dirty apes.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
All right, man. We take another voicemail.
All right, that was beautiful.
That was good though.
No, I think there's some possibility that Jesus was an alien, but more importantly, he wasn't white. That's all that matters.
Skin of bronze. Hey, let's take a break first. Let's take a break.
Yeah,
and then
we
we'll
should
do
take a break.
one.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
We'll be back with more Langston, more David, and more My Momma Told Me.
Yeah, somebody got dick in the face, Craig. See if he's okay.
We're back. Nothing in our faces.
No.
Except for the light of the Lord.
Sweet, sweet. Sweet, sweet heaven above shines on both of us.
Won't he do it? Yes, he will.
We got more voicemails we have to get to. Here's one that caught my attention. I don't know if that's a good thing.
That voicemail intro is disgusting, and y'all wonder why you get called little nasties or whatever. I don't know how long I have, but of course I'm drunk.
Okay, wait a minute.
No, of course it's crazy. Of course it's crazy.
We didn't tell you to get drunk to call us. We've largely discouraged it. We're not mad at you when you do. I can't repeat that again. We're not mad at you when you do. But that was not an of course situation.
We're creating a crazy community here. He said, of course, I'm drunk.
Obviously.
I'm nude.
I'm wasted and I'm naked. R. Kelly is in the background.
I've lit both my Shamar Moore candles. And I'm going to call you two my heroes.
Yeah, I'm going to call you two men who have no issue with any of the things I'm talking about.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's great. Of course, I'm drunk. What a statement.
Voice message thing? Of course you get drunk calls. I'm calling about black autistic people, people on the spectrum. Need to talk about them, need to see them. They're hilarious. They need more attention. They need not to get...
Hilarious is a dangerous direction you're taking in this, my drunk friend. That's not...
I liked what he was saying at first. He was like, they're present, they're real, they exist. Black people with autism are around us all the time. And then he was like, and they funny as hell. Yeah. And I was like, all right, man. I'm not taking my foot off the pedal, but I am putting it in neutral. I don't know what this is.
It's treading into dangerous waters.
Yeah, let's getting continue. Crazy.
What? Need to not be killed. There we go. Tay Zonde did more interviews, apparently. Bro was nonverbal for 3 whole years, at least. Anyway, thought he was standard black nerd. Also, rest in peace, Jack Knight. Love him. Did that bit about trying to fuck with a black autistic kid, but just did not fuck with him back. Hilarious. Love it. Need more visibility. Elijah McClain got killed ketamine-wise. And, I don't know. I want better. Y'all are good. And Langston, where are the nunchucks? Y'all got well more than 1,000 subscribers.
This man is a liar. This man is a drunk liar.
Look, man, we've said it before. We'll say it again. We ain't keeping that promise.
It was a media trick.
Neither one of us has the confidence nor the time to truly invest in. I'm gonna try. I really do want to try to learn to use my nunchucks, but I just don't have it.
I don't want to try to use my harmonica.
Whoa. Not even a little bit?
It's embarrassing. Not really.
Yeah, I guess
it was a pandemic
When
idea.
do you pull it out and how would you pull it out?
There's no function I've ever been to that it would enhance.
It'd be crazy. Because I actually think it'd be cool if you just had it and you were like, ain't this crazy? I have this.
Right.
But it would be crazy to pull it out and be good.
Yeah, that's...
People would be like, so David just brought a harmonica to show us he's good at harmonica?
Yeah, now we're eating... When was I going to... Like, when we were eating Greek salad last night?
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, man. You know what else is fun to do?
And then I got to hear a song I know I don't really like.
Yeah, or recognize.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the famous harmonica song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By Fats Tuesday. I don't know what this dude was talking about at all. He seemed to really ramble and stop making sense. Yes, R.I.P. to Jack, miss you, love you. I think he said the word ketamine at one point.
Elijah McClain, I think is what he said. I don't think he was saying ketamine. I think he was referring to that black autistic person
okay.
who was shot and killed by the police, I believe. And yeah, RIP to all the people that you listed. It got morbid right towards the end. It was just, here's dead people and here's what's tragic about it. Here's what I'll talk about that I do think sort of reminds me of some of the things he was saying. I do find that there are versions of Black autism that we are not celebrating enough. Like, I think that like Klay Thompson feels like the most autistic man that ever was. And I wish we were actively just saying that instead of pretending like he's just different. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but I think to the whole thing is like, that is all he is. That's all it is like a rewiring. So that is all it is he's just different.
100%, but I guess
you want to put a name on what's weird about it?
No, I guess to your point, I don't actually want a name on it. I don't really want Klay Thompson to give some speech where he's like, I think I'm autistic. Like that would be hard to.
And I'm not saying not to champion it, but I do think sometimes when it becomes a this or that, that's when you let charlatans in.
Yeah,
which I think we see a lot of stolen autistic valor out there.
Oh boy.
A lot of stolen autistic valor.
A lot of labels getting thrown around that maybe should just stay in the pocket.
And like personally, I know because my little brother, it's a process to figure that out.
Yeah.
Like it's, you know what I mean? It's like
100%.
it's like not just like, oh man.
Yeah.
I really like My Little Pony or whatever.
No, it's been reduced to not fitting in.
Right.
And that's not what that is.
And I think that happens anytime there's like becomes an awareness of a problem socially. It's like a lot of people who are, maybe you're just bad at conversing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe you had work to do in terms of the way that you socialize with other people.
Yeah.
But that is not a disorder. That is not a difference between you and like the wiring of a more just sort of a different person.
Right.
This is truly like, no, there's a difference between autism and not feeling normal every day.
Yes. Yeah.
That's not the same.
Yeah. But that being said, I mean, I'm with my man for as far as like awareness. I think that all these problems, it's like awareness for the Black community is important.
Yeah.
And I'm in no way trying to diminish, like, yeah, there should be more awareness for Black autistic people. Children and adults, likewise.
Yeah, I almost wish, I guess this is really what I want. I want Klay Thompson to start doing commercials for like childhood autism or something like that.
Oh.
But he never says like, I'm autistic. I just want him to like do a commercial where he's like, hey, kid.
Are you really good at basketball and trains?
I see you. I see you're shooting jump shots in a boat hat. Follow me. And it's like, hey, Autism Center.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I'm with that. Thank you, drunk man.
Yeah, I think this was a solid question.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. All right, we should take one more break.
Yeah, you want to take one more break?
I think we should take a break after each voicemail, and then that way we've satisfied all of our many, many, many investors.
Many investors.
A lot of corporate relationships over here. A lot of people.
We're holding space. So if you come with us, add us with the cash offer, we will entertain it.
Look, they're banging down our door, but somehow I think we'll hear your knock if it comes through.
Exactly.
Yep.
We'll be back. And I am a very bad good boy, and we are back.
Whoa. I don't think that sounds as good as you think it does.
Very bad good boy. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it makes it seem like you're just like not that good at being a nice guy.
No, but it's still good. Do you think you're a great good guy?
No, I don't think I'm a good guy.
Damn. I don't know why. It got cold in here. You looked me inside of me.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I possess qualities of a good person.
That's fair.
And I think that I strive most days to put out goodness in the world, or at least keep people at a calm neutral. But I don't know that I think it becomes dangerous to put good and bad on like some binary of what people. I think I'm like just a dude.
You think you're net neutral, or you think you're net positive or negative?
I think I have a want to be net positive.
I think via actions.
I hope net positive.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I hope.
Okay.
Where do you think you say? Are you a good person?
More than I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
I think the positives, even when it comes down to actions and thoughts like and things like that, I think that the positives outweigh the negatives. If we're talking about thoughts, though,
I think you don't get to escape that.
Oh, that might be bad.
That's what I mean.
I have to filter a lot of things to get to the good of it.
Yeah, I think that's where I factor in like the lived part of it. It's not just what you know what I mean? Like I'm holding doors. I'm saying please and thank you as much as I can.
Right.
I am acknowledging the life around me as actively as I can to like communicate, not just with the people next to me, but the people globally that are experiencing human tragedy. Like all of those things matter to me.
Yeah.
But then I also think some vile, really rotten things about all kinds of stuff that
I get that, but I think the output is kind of ultimately what, I mean, that's obviously your cross to bear, but like a lot of people think a lot of terrible things and put that out. I think that the fact of you not putting that out there and identifying it as filth already sort of puts you in the better than not camp.
Yeah, and
that's
that's why I think or rather why I think it's dangerous to make it just this weird binary. And so I think at the end of the day, good, bad, like, I don't know. I bet it's the reason this Pope shit is so exhausting to me. Is like I was listening to a podcast where like the journalist saw the fucking white smoke go up in the air and like or black smoke, I don't remember which one it is, but the smoke went up in the air and like was running, and you could hear him in his voice, there's smoke, I gotta get there. And they're like running to meet the new man who is meant to be the God above other men, and that feels crazy. We're talking about a virgin from Chicago. That's not
you guys don't really do that over there.
That's not a anything.
I'd argue that's not really a Chicago-ass trait.
No. No.
From what I understand about
we made dick-shaped food a signature. You're going to get some.
Yeah, if there's one thing they're going to do in Chicago, it's find a way to get warm.
Ooh, show, it's cold outside. Hate for all this dick to freeze off.
You got a pelly on, no bottoms?
No, you see, sweetheart, the leather is such a level of thick. You don't even need bottoms for this.
Yo, a belly on no bottoms is a villain. If he fucks you and he's got his belly on,
that's the craziest person alive.
But just like numbers wise, if you think about the number of pellies in Chicago, that's happened.
It's definitely happened. Somebody's fucked you with a pelly with no bottoms on.
Golly.
That's crazy though. You really gotta, because this is how it happens. It's not what you, the listener at home, viewer at home, is imagining is that this person somehow took all their clothes off and put the pelly back on,
right,
as like a show of who they are. But that's
how
not
I
it.
was thinking about it.
That's not it. That's not how it happens in real life, I guess. That's the movie silly version of
right.
it.
That's the
Grow
one I
Up
want.
David.
Yeah.
I'm saying that the real way that it happens is you fuck a lady in the bathroom and then you got to take your pants off all the way. And now all of a sudden, I don't know why, but for some reason the pants come off all the way. And now suddenly you're fucking a lady, but you didn't take the pelly off. Because that's not the priority. You in the
It's like a
bathroom.
pelly, a t-shirt, and no bottom.
Yeah, maybe.
That's still bad.
It's still bad. That to me was more egregious than maybe with because if you just put it back on, that's a flex. It's an insane flex, but
It's
it is
so
a
funny.
flex.
It's so funny because I think about it in my head. I think about it as a really skinny guy.
Yeah, it's always a really skinny guy.
Really skinny guy and a
That
big
guy taking his pelly off.
Yeah, that's not as good.
That's hot.
Yeah.
That's too much heat.
I can't fucking this pelly all explode.
No, this is like a little Timothy Chalamet in Pelly.
Yo, he seems like he would pull up in a pelly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that doesn't even seem outside of his wheelhouse to me.
No, he makes me a little uncomfortable with that. But yeah, no, I don't disagree with
his dress?
Just sort of this, I never trust, and this is maybe my own insecurity, I have a hard time trusting a white guy with a little too much swag and New York being the justification.
Oh, interesting.
I think whenever it's like, oh, I'm just from the city and therefore had access to all of this growing up, it kind of makes me go, yeah, but you still chose that.
Because also, even within a city, your world is still fairly small, right?
Your community didn't do that.
Right.
You chose what that was for you, and that feels intentional, especially when like your community doesn't reflect that same aesthetic.
Yeah, because your friends aren't necessarily that. Who knows, man? I don't know shit about that little guy. See him stomping around in big ass boots. He's in all right.
Yeah, I think he's good.
I don't really care.
Good actor.
We got one last voicemail.
Yeah, we got one more voicemail. It's a long motherfucker. So let's see how this goes.
Hey, David. Hey, Langston. This is Devon calling out of Brooklyn. First off, just want to say thanks a lot for the podcast. Listen every day.
What?
Y'all fucking stupid, but you got a little mama calling out of Brooklyn. Name's Devon.
Devon.
Really just wanted to talk about this new trend of straight dudes that don't like women. Like,
pause.
What?
Yep.
Brother, that is not new.
That's a tale as old as time.
Yeah, I don't even admit it. These dudes been out here.
Most of the straight men I've known my whole life hated women.
Yeah, that's not some new shit.
With all of their hearts.
Yeah, it's like a very odd way to move through the world. But
whatever, here we are.
What the fuck is going on? As two heterosexual men, that sounds like y'all like y'all women.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Me as a gay man who has slept with a lot of straight men.
Congratulations.
Attaboy.
Some of y'all heterosexuals really don't like each other. And I don't...
Like each other?
This is a little bit of where I start to go, well, I guess I get a little confused. He said he's a homosexual gentleman. Proud of you.
Big ups.
Who has slept with a lot of heterosexual men.
Yeah.
Straight men is how he's describing them.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it is about how you identify, right? That if you identify as a straight person, then that is who you are in essence. But is there any that we don't put an asterisk on that straight if you have fucked?
I think what he means is he's fucked a lot of dudes who probably have families and girlfriends who also don't identify. Because I've known gay guys like that where they're like, I'd be knocking these straight dudes down.
Yeah.
I think that's like a pretty common.
But that's what I'm saying is it's only straight because that is how they're saying they are, not because like we don't just change. We don't get to be like, hey man, you gay.
I don't know, man. I think that
or bi or something. We don't just get to qualify.
I think we can do that, but I think these people are people that you would never know.
Yeah.
So it's like.
So he's saying who they are in their world is who they are.
Yeah, ultimately. I think that's more what it means.
I think that makes sense. And that I guess maybe is what the answer to that concern would be when we are asking people to identify themselves.
Yeah, it does seem like a lonely pursuit to be a gay guy who mostly has sex with straight guys. It seems like it would ultimately lead you feeling more alienated.
It also feels,
but I don't know. We gotta get a gay guy on here. We'll ask him.
It feels scarier to me too. It feels like it probably lends itself to more violence because of straight men wanting to protect ego.
Yeah,
inside of whatever that is.
I've also heard a lot of my gay dudes that I've met. They always talk about, you can't group anybody. But I've known a lot of gay guys who said that their first kind of whatever in high school was always guys like that.
Whoa,
like straight guys who didn't want to tell nobody or whatever.
Crazy.
But
I learned a lot today, and I'm happy to have learned it. I had some growing to do, and I grew, and that's important. Let's continue.
Don't understand why y'all keep getting together. Like, get together, have kids, be miserable around one another.
Well,
like, it's blowing my gay mind. Like, I don't really
blowing
understand
my
it.
gay mind.
Like, bro, you don't have to get married to her or be like, I don't know, man. It's just like, y'all got other options. There's porn. Just jack off. Like, stop trying to.
Okay,
like, I don't.
That's where I'm gonna stop it.
This feels personal, bro. It's starting to feel like maybe you got scorned and that sucks, and I'm sorry for you.
Yeah,
and shit like that. But I don't know, man. There's like I've also known women in my life who don't seem to particularly like men at all.
Yeah,
and still end up being with men. You know, I think it's just like our plight, man. There's just like, and I can't speak to the non-binary stuff, so I don't know too much. But as far as like sort of like cis stuff, yeah, I've definitely known women who are like, yeah, I don't like anything they got going on.
Yeah, no, I think in a lot of ways, what is being analyzed is the shit framework of our culture, where like we've created systems where we are meant to pursue lifelong companionship with people when that's not really how you envision your life going. And therefore can't even stand the idea of spending that much time with any person, much less the ones you're attracted to.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Where you're just like, nah, I don't fucking want, I just want to be alone.
Yeah.
I just don't want that, but I know I'm supposed to, so I commit to it, and here I am. Like, I think there's a level of like just general disgust we all have for each other. And unfortunately, men have been empowered the most, and therefore are the most like glaring examples of being just malicious towards the people we didn't really like in the first place.
Yeah. You do worry about that isolation, though. It's like, will we get anything done if we all retreat within ourselves?
Yeah, I think it's scary shit. I think there's a
It's
reason we have an instinct to procreate.
Yeah. I mean, to this though, it does feel like he got burned recently a little bit, right?
Oh yeah,
my man.
Oh yeah, he not drunk.
It feels like
he
yeah,
mad.
Yeah, it feels like, and I'm sorry. You know what? That guy, he lives in Bushwick.
Yeah, and he's an asshole.
And he's an asshole. And you know what? Fuck his podcast. Because I bet you was a guy who has a podcast.
Oh, nice. Yeah. No, and also jacking off doesn't make up for pussy.
Guys, we all know that's you know that.
You're being crazy.
You know that. We all know masturbation isn't the real thing. Regardless of what you identify as, skin to skin is skin to skin.
Yeah, but I say pussy, but it's the royal pussy.
Whatever you like.
That pussy's capitalized. It's whatever you're into.
It's our pussy.
Pusamos. All right.
Get why like straight dudes really don't be liking these women. Like, they don't. Like, it really be sounding like they want to be with dudes sometimes. To me personally, and listening to straight dudes, and as a gay man, that I like dudes. So I literally watch dudes like a good majority of my life. Like, not even my life. Like,
that makes sense.
I'm looking at dudes probably the way most straight men look at women. Like, I'm looking at dudes all the time. I'm not like jumping on them and pouncing on them like niggas on the street be doing, because I am respectable and I don't want to get into fights. But straight dudes and straight women really be acting weird nowadays. Well,
one of the things I think is worth pointing out for this person is that that fear of getting in a fight is very different for a gay man than it is for a straight man.
Yeah.
And I think that's in part the reason why straight men are as reckless with not liking women and mistreating women the way that he's describing.
Oh, because there's not the backlash in that same way?
What you gonna do, beat my ass?
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm not afraid of you means that I then feel this dominance over you, and it creates all these moments for me to do some fuck shit that otherwise, if it were like me squaring off against a man my size, I'm gonna be a little more careful with the way I speak to them.
That's true. That's fair. There is like,
and that's fucked up. That's not me.
No. You're not advocating. You're just saying It's also like I've known dudes like that. I think when you think about it, you can think of dudes who come to your mind immediately where you're like, it's always kind of jarring for me, and maybe that's because I like women or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's always kind of jarring when it's like, you're like, oh, you don't, you're like,
No.
you're not like glad they're around. Like,
No.
oh, shit.
I also think that's why they pick these, these big old fucking giant men will pick these teeny tiny little ladies. There's no chance I lose this fight.
Ugh.
It's not even, this is a teeny tiny person that I will protect. And if they don't want my protection, I'll mush them. Like, I think it truly is that.
I don't know if I go with that. I don't know if I think.
I don't think it's as active like front of brain thinking, but I do think it's some animal brain shit where you're like, I am protector and I should protect the smallest of the herd type shit. And then I think that can evolve into something else for people.
I think it's more bullshit beauty standards than it is like I you know what I mean?
I think the beauty standards are rooted out of something animal in us.
But like to that thinking, then there's like a size of woman where he's like, I don't want to be with her because she doesn't need my protection. I don't think if you're that kind of size, I don't think you even think that like that.
Well, I don't think it's an active thought. I think it's one that's like lizard brain shit where you are, the reason that we are attracted to certain types of people is rooted in something in our genealogy, right? It isn't just beauty standards. It 100% is shaped by beauty standards or encouraged, triggered by beauty standards, and they can be super fucked up, but it still exists inside of us somewhere.
I don't know, man. Big ladies be getting cut. That feels like.
But I'm not. My point isn't to say big ladies don't get knocked down.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even think it's like. I don't even feel like it's like that common of a thread that I see a big ass dude with a really tiny lady.
Oh, I think it's much more common than you're giving it credit for.
Maybe. I mean, I'd have to really look through it, but like and like just kind of going through it over my head. I don't. I think generally women are smaller than men, so I think there is that, but I don't think it's like, rah. But maybe. I don't think that's what he's talking about.
To me, I'm more speaking to the size difference, not the true scale. It doesn't have to be Shaq and hoops.
No.
In order to... That's the quintessential big man, little lady.
Yeah, no, that's the one.
If ever there was a big man, little lady combo, you got to go Shaq and hoops first.
Diesel loves hoops.
Yeah. He had a good time with her.
Yeah, I thought they seemed to really enjoy each other.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but
let's see where this is going, though.
Yeah, let's knock it out. This person is
he's active.
Well, straight dudes more. I think women is just like whatever, but like straight dudes be acting so strange nowadays. Like just be angry, and I'll be like, nigga, do you need your dick sucked? Like just go to your local. You know what? Go to your local fag and just get your dick stuck and stop worrying about these women sometimes. Because like
I think we got a new drop.
Niggas is a dime a dozen, women is a dime a dozen. Like. Really, can somebody explain this to me? Why are straight people still doing this whole heterosexual shit if y'all don't like each other?
Yeah.
Explain it to me. Make it make sense, y'all. Y'all are only two straight niggas I trust now because the rest of these niggas is
that sucks.
You blew it. You're already upside down, my man.
That sucks. We're the only two? Fuck. Fuck. Oh no. What am I gonna do?
Oh, man.
I don't even know how to help.
Oh, man.
I can't have this responsibility on my shoulders.
No, because he's gonna crash out.
Yeah.
He might be in the midst.
This is crazy.
Anyway, please keep doing the Lord's work because y'all the only straight niggas out here that got any sense, especially for black dudes. All right. Take care. Peace.
Man.
I really like you giving us compliments, man.
It's really nice.
I think some of that shit, too, boils down to, I don't think it's so easy for people to just flip this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's probably dudes who, like, if they could, they would fuck dude. That's just not the get down. I think women are more empowered to try. Yeah. But I've also met women who tried to go to women and they were like, it just doesn't just doesn't hit the
I think
same.
there's a big difference between exploration and like your true like inner self.
And what you want to do usually.
Your most base desires are not necessarily connected to like the things that you choose out in the world.
Right.
And yeah, you can explore and try things and be with people and then be like, that's not ultimately where I know I'm supposed to land.
I think ultimately, I keep saying ultimately. I think a lot of it, man, is like we're just kind of stuck with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think despite what everybody would have you believe, I think it's maybe better now than it ever has been.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we're just kind of, that's just how it is, man.
I also think, I think at the end of the day, yes, absolutely, undoing of so much of like patriarchal like thinking would empower more people to explore their queer desires.
Right.
Or to really like challenge themselves in an honest way when they're with a person that makes them so miserable that they're like, to his point, wanting to fuck a dude just to get away from it. And 100%, if we worked on fucking taking down the way that we treat women and replacing it with something even half as reasonable as where we are, it would change the way that people approach this shit.
Yeah.
That said, what fantasy do we live in?
I also think
where
that
we you know what I mean, redistribute power that way.
And I think to speaking to not living in a fantasy, I think there's a lot of external factors with these angry guys. It's not just women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's also to be clear. You know what I mean? I think there's like, women is just one of these guys' problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot. I think maybe you are focused on the sexual aspect a little more.
Yep.
Then it's like, why are people miserable? Is that the question we're asking?
He's also mean to his bills. He just, you don't talk to them. He ignores the fuck out of them.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I think, I mean, I don't know, man. I think people are just having a tough time, and we give them some grace as much as we can. I think it is important to understand that as much as you are watching, I think maybe this becomes a thing where you're looking for it specifically, because there are a lot of straight people who are just happy with it.
Yeah, I'm pumped about it.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I like it. I like monogamy, all that stuff. So yeah. I think that I think sometimes it's like you're looking for a problem, you're going to find one. And if you're trolling the streets looking at niggas, I'll be looking, waiting to suck a dick.
Hello.
I like watching them.
Hello. Hello. Just every time a new man walks past, hello. Hello.
So yeah, I mean, I think there is that. I think maybe loosen your grip a little bit, but
no, I think you said it, and I think it's a nice way to cap it off. I do think giving these people a little bit of grace to figure out who they are is at its essence how queer people are able to come out and be their best selves. And so, yeah, let these queer dudes work it out for themselves slowly.
Yeah, because life is hard if you're in the middle of the spectrum to really figure out what that shit is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let alone being somewhere as perceived as outside. It seems like that's like I think some people have a harder path to it than you, who seem like very sure of yourself and what you like.
Yeah,
so, you know,
it sounds like you blowing some backs out. You sucking some dicks.
Yeah, you sound like you're going crazy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was jealous.
Yeah, you really sound like you're putting numbers up in Brooklyn, and that's good for you.
That's super dope.
But some of these guys, it's gonna be harder for them to find it.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Man.
Funny guy, though.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
All right. I think we did it.
Yeah,
we did some voicemails. This was really fun.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Tell the people where they can find you.
Cool Guy Jokes 87 on Instagram. June 15th, come see me at Littlefield in Brooklyn. Patreon.com/David Gborie. Go see buy my special that's on there. It's like $12. Pretty reasonable. That's it.
Yeah. Buy the special, follow David, go see him live. And as always, you can follow me at Langston Kerman on all social media platforms. You can send us your own drops, your own conspiracy theories if you want to tell us all the gay dudes who are secretly fucking women and what's wrong with them, send it all to My Momma Pod. I don't know. I'm making up
No,
shit.
I want to hear about that. You don't ever hear that twist on the story.
Nope. Once you go, but
you never hear
really,
gay dudes like
that are on the down low with a lady.
Yeah. If you have that story, call in. I would love to hear about it.
That'd be really interesting.
Yeah, that would be really interesting.
Send us your we did all that, and subscribe, rate, review, buy the merch. Give us a call at 844 Little Moms, and send us emails and kiss the ring. Bye, bitch.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
My Momma Told Me is a production of Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network and iHeart Podcasts.
Created and hosted by Langston Kerman.
Co-hosted by David Gborie.
Executive produced by Will Ferrell, Hansani, and Olivia Aguilar.
Co-produced by Bay Wang.
Edited and engineered by Justin Conner.
Music by Nick Chambers.
Artwork by Dogon Krieger.
You can now watch episodes of My Momma Told Me on YouTube. Follow at My Momma Told Me and subscribe to our channel.